Hello and welcome back to the Ace Attorney Investigations Duckpond Book Club. My name is Ziggy and we are here once again to talk about Ace Attorney Investigations, specifically Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. The second game in the Ace Attorney Investigations series and the final game for now, unless I decide to randomly make a sequel
There's no way that will happen.
yeah, it probably won't. But they did re-release the games, and so that's what I'm playing them on. Except, according to Goomb, they locked the rearranged music behind DLC, so I'm not playing with the new music, unfortunately. But
According to me, and also according to the Steam store.
yeah,
Mhm.
I had to pay $4. I'll have you know.
To
I,
listen to the music?
That's less than the price of a Big Mac, but it's still money.
yeah, that's still money that I'd rather not spend. I didn't check to see if that was a thing I could buy in the eShop because I'm playing this on Switch. So,
It probably is.
oh well, but yeah.
Capcom loves their pointless DLC barely anyone will buy.
Yeah. But yeah, we're here back to talk about Ace Attorney. Goom, Allie, how are you both doing? How are you feeling about Ace Attorney?
Doing well. This case seemed a little relevant. Well, not so much relevant anymore, but seemed a little familiar. I will say.
What about you, Goom? Ready to talk about Ace Attorney?
Yeah.
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 All right. Well, here we are, starting off on a new game with mostly the same mechanics and characters, but with some new stuff. This one starts off with a plane, but we're not in Turnabout Airlines any longer. We're in Turnabout Trigger, where the president of the Republic of Zhangfa comes to make a speech at Gordy Lake for some reason. So we're already immediately getting a reference when disaster strikes, and it seems like he's assassinated. We're pretty quickly introduced back to Miles Edgeworth. I think this game also takes place, according to Kay, who shows up later, like 2 weeks after the original game. So not a lot of time in between games. They kind of just get right into it.
There are timeline issues, as I said last time.
Yeah. I kind of thought, to jump ahead a little bit, I thought it was a little bit funny how they sort of had like this whole reunion thing, but it's like 2 weeks. This isn't really much of a reunion, is it? But whatever.
It's 2 years, though, in the real world in between games, so
Yeah. To the players, it's a reunion, but to Edgeworth, I mean, this is just whatever.
Edgeworth after he aura farms in the intro for no reason, putting on his jacket so dramatically.
Yeah.
Hero stance.
Special
Oh my God.
CG for him. Pretty cool. Big fan. Let's see. We get introduced very early on to the president, who is the victim, at least for a little bit in this case. Dijun Wang, the fearsome and intimidating president of the East Asian Republic of Zhengfa.
Who is ripped as fuck. He is built like a tank.
Yeah. I feel like his design is supposed to be based off of like a lion, like he's got a long flowing mane. Yeah, and he's big, and also eventually chubby when the facade fades away. Yeah.
Yeah, he turns into like a Saint Bernard instead of a lion. Is the joke?
Yeah. Not the smartest guy of all. Not exactly going to get away with. Well, I mean, we're gonna be talking about spoilers throughout this entire thing, but his fake assassination attempt. But I thought he was a decent character overall. No problems with him really, I guess. He was fine.
Yeah, you don't really talk to him at the beginning. Well, he only shows up in the plane section, aka ladder.
Yeah, he reminded me a lot immediately of the one villain from the last case of Ace Attorney Investigations 1, whose name is escaping.
Kirkus Alba?
Yeah, Kirkus Alba. Just like in the way he was like extraterrestrial rights that immediately got brought up. I was getting war flashbacks to the extraterrestrial rights messing everything up. So, extraterritorial rights.
No, you were saying it right, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Move on a bit though. So we have
Oh yeah,
Edward.
he's also the king chess piece because chess. Yeah, I have to
Right.
acknowledge all the chess in this case.
He's king, but he's president.
Yeah, they pretty immediately
Well-
have a lot of chess iconography in this case, and I'm kind of wondering if that's gonna hold true for like this entire game because they seem pretty obsessed with chess in this game.
It's very Edgeworth though, because he has the chessboard in his office that we got reminded of, and in the first in the tutorial case last game, so it has use.
Yeah,
That's how chess themed he is.
I'm pretty sure he literally straight up says in this case, "I like chess." So there you
He
go.
does.
We
I
get a...
think there's a character in this case who likes chess more than Edgeworth.
Oh, I see. I don't know if we've encountered somebody like that yet, but maybe in the next case.
I said in this case.
Oh, in this case? Oh.
Yeah, you won't shut up about it.
Maybe in this case.
Well,
I'm here to do two things. I'm here to make fun of a dead guy and talk about chess. And
that's
I'm all out of
true.
dead guys. Actually, three things. I spin my gun too.
We get our first investigation here. We also get Gumshoe coming back. He immediately has his new theme this time. I noticed that they didn't reuse his old theme like they did in the first game for some reason. So I thought that was pretty good. Also, the reintroduction of logic, smashing together two different pieces of evidence to make a new thing.
It's one of Edgeworth's secret strategies, apparently, because the press isn't all to know about logic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the
Don't
field that
like
they get
that.
if they knew a prosecutor used logic to decide who should be the criminal.
Copyrighted.
Well, with the
That'd be
types of
insane.
characters we have in these games, logic could go a long way for them. So, do some
Especially
investigating.
right off the bat with the red dot. I was a little taken aback by how stupid that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I had some notes about that part of the case.
In the first section, you get to have a salary cut for someone who isn't Gumshoe. It's a random forensics guy, and I think that's funny.
Ooh.
Yeah, Gumshoe
forensics-
does the salary cut.
Yeah, there's a forensics guy who's like, "Oh, I'm glad I didn't find anything." Basically, then Gumshoe's
Yeah.
like, "I'll be sure to pass this on in his next salary review."
Ooh.
I like how the two other guards, besides like the main knight guy, are like they look exactly the same. They're just using the exact same model. I think that's
Yeah,
funny.
the pawns, all the pawns look the same.
Yeah, they just managed to
Oh, yeah.
find two white bald guys who look exactly the same with the same height.
All white bald guys look the same.
They meet the
Yeah.
credentials.
They all look like Northern Lion.
It's really
Those are two
funny, though.
sunglassed Northern Lions right there.
Yeah. Northern Lion makes an appearance in this case.
Did you see the conversation that Edgeworth has with Gumshoe about how Gumshoe pushed Edgeworth's car out of a ditch? Like,
What?
Edgeworth called to do that, and then Edgeworth just drove off without him.
I did not
What?
see that one. Where was
That's
that?
all.
And then 15 minutes later, he realized and drove back.
Oh,
Got him.
he's a good friend.
Oh, so you remembered. Yeah, that means it's a good friend. A bad friend wouldn't have remembered.
And then Gumshoe's telling the story, and Edgeworth goes, "Did I do that?"
A bad friend did
No.
it on purpose.
He definitely didn't do that. We get some of our like introduction evidence in this case. We have the reintroduction of the Steel Samurai. We also get probably the easiest thing to point out ever, which is like a hole in a flag. So that's something. I didn't exactly understand how the Steel Samurai balloon was supposed to be propped up.
It's
at the
upside. It's
beginning of
upside
this.
down.
And
it's
until
upside
way
down.
later on.
Oh,
When I
okay.
said it was upside down.
I thought you meant you still don't understand now. It's like upside down and tied up. So did you see the giant butt?
Yeah, I mean at first there's just there's no rope around it, so confusing. But then we get our first new mechanic in this game with a new character. I wonder if you could guess what the plain words here is. Tabby Lloyd. Yeah. She's like a reporter type, but I guess like more of a tabloid type reporter sort of person. I liked her animations. I'm not sure why she has a bear trap on her.
I don't know either. I
think
mean,
that's pretty dangerous.
but it is cool when it snapshot her damage. So
yeah,
therefore,
it goes off a few times, and I'm scared for her.
She just has to make sure not to like stick her arm there.
The thing for me is I'm just not exactly sure if she's gonna show up in other cases, or if this is just like a one-time thing to have like the person that's accused, even though they're innocent, type of character. Because honestly, she feels a lot like a lot of heart again. Although I do have a prediction, and I'm honestly kind of expecting this to be wrong, but I think it'd be really funny if a lot of heart ends up being the mysterious chief that Tabby Lloyd keeps talking about.
It's so funny.
Because, I mean, she has, like, the same speech patterns as Lotta Hart, and, like...
She's a journalist.
Yeah. Always looking for a scoop. So, I don't know, maybe. I mean, Lotta Hart made a tiny appearance in the last case of Investigations 1. But I think she was
Edgeworth wisely chose not to engage with her.
Yeah. He was not so wise this time, but he did not have much of a choice, because we had to be introduced to this game's new mechanic, logic chess, which, well, how about you?
It's called mind chess.
Mind chess. Sorry, that's right. Oh wait,
logic chess is a bad translation name.
I think I'm getting that. I don't know. They actually changed it to mind chess on the walkthrough, so maybe I'm just stupid.
I think I might have been calling it logic chess repeatedly.
Yeah. Allie, how about you go first? What do you think about mind chess?
I think it is cute. I like that they're playing with the Edgeworth chess thing. I think it is a good way to think about logic. I think it's a good way to think about testimony. I am a big fan.
Testimony. It's like manipulating people into talking for you.
Yeah.
Well, like I don't know. It feels more interactive. It's like you're deciding like when to talk, especially that like first like little bit. It's like, ooh, nice. I don't know, but I also wasn't playing through it, and that's on the small screen, so I wasn't paying as much attention to that as I was the rest of the plot.
I see. Yeah, I think it's okay so far. I did feel like maybe this opening tutorial case use of it wasn't exactly the greatest showcase of it though, because a lot of the times I felt like kind of just had to bide my time. Like they really kept pushing the idea of when the opponent gets angry, bide your time, and then you can go on the attack. Like, I think we did that 3 times for this case, which was a little bit strange. But I do think the timer is an interesting mechanic to it. Although I am wondering if that's maybe gonna make it so they can't really like have super complicated puzzles for this, because obviously if you're on a time limit you don't have much time to think, so like they can't force you to have too many options, I guess. But we'll see how they use it later on. I think it's cool as just an alternative to just a straight up testimony presenting evidence with contradictions sort of thing in this game. I'm hoping that they have more interesting use cases for it later on besides just biding time. The Goomb, I mean, this is your like 2nd or 3rd time playing through it, so what's your thoughts on mind chess?
I like mind chess overall. I think it is a fun mechanic. It is definitely not a difficult thing to do most of the time, or pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
But it is entertaining to go through the dialogue tree. And it does make you feel like you're manipulating these people, even though you're kind of just progressing down a scripted conversation, which is fun. Manipulating people is fun. You should all do it. Among Us.
Yeah.
But
is that how you feel like whenever you're playing Among Us? I feel like
obviously they don't. It can't be. It would be bad if it was like all you did, but it's like a supplemental mini game thing that happens like not that often in a case, so it's fine. It's good. I like it.
Yeah. I can see the use cases in it just because I think having almost every single time you want to like get information out of somebody just be like through testimony could get a little bit stale.
Yeah, there are like 4 Ace Attorney gimmicks that are I consider mostly Flash. I like most of them. This is the first one of those.
Let's see. Yeah.
Actually, like 5 now I'm thinking about it. It's not the best one, though. But I think you will immediately know what I think the best one is the first time it pops up. It is that good.
Okay. Let's see. I wonder how much longer we'll have until we get to that then. Well, yeah, we have this first mine chest battle with Tabby Lloyd. Also, just to start off, I think I like the music in this game so far.
Yeah,
It's
I like
pretty
the music more. I like the soundtrack more than Ace Attorney Investigations 1 soundtrack.
I don't know if it actually plays yet, but like the objection theme in this one and like the corner theme is very good. I like how it's closer to like the Investigations trilogy, or not trilogy, collection. Main menu music. It's cool.
The victory theme in this game is a favorite victory theme in the series, probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just like it.
It didn't play for super long in this first case, so I'll have to go back and listen to the full thing.
Yeah, it gets interrupted really quickly.
They have. I thought this was Tabby Lloyd's theme, but I guess it's just like a general theme for like kind of quirky characters. But I like the theme that played when she showed up. It was a good one. Big fan. Not as good as Eccentric, but still pretty good. Yeah, but after this mine chest, we basically just learned about the 2 bullets from her recording, and we also learned about the general location of where the gunshot came from. I was not a huge fan of this part just because. See, my problem was they kept saying when you had to present this part, like, draw a straight line through the bullets to figure out where the gun could be shot from. So I'm like, oh, okay, so if one was shot at the presenter and the other one was shot through the flag and the balloon, then it has to be like right in the middle walkway where it was shot, because that's where those 2 lines connect. But no, it was just saying only do the 1 line for the balloon and the flag, and that's where the bullet was shot from, all the way on the left side. So I got pretty confused by that, but
Well, people would notice that there is no one standing in the center.
I know, but I was like, they were just like, connect the lines, bro, and that's where it was shot from. I'm like, okay, I guess. So.
Were you saying her name is Tabby Lloyd?
Yep.
You're watching the fan translation.
Yeah.
Those names aren't real. Get them out of your head. I'm not going to be using them.
Yeah.
Nicole Swift. Come on.
Nicole Swift?
Yeah.
What's
that a play on?
I don't know. I've never known.
I
know some of the fan name ones, but that's not one I know.
I see.
Nicole's my middle name though, so it's cool.
That is cool, but I think Tabby Lloyd makes much more sense for the character.
I also, now that I'm hearing it, I do like that, and it's much more punny Ace Attorney, but I wish I had experienced it with that. I'm kind of attached.
Cat attack. Because I am dumb and I was jangling a toy.
Yeah, so we go around investigating that left side, find the supposed gun that shot him down, and then we also have the return of Kay Faraday on top of like a news car or truck or something. And yeah, she's just kind of here now. Much like the 3rd case of Investigations 1, she sort of just inserts herself into the story, and there she is.
But she was established last time, so now it's okay that she inserts herself.
Yeah.
And you get her great photo where she's taking a selfie mid-assassination.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did like that picture.
And wasn't the first one even after the first shot? So like she heard the bullet and was like, yeah. No,
the first one, the first one she literally caught the person with the laser pointer, but
no, yeah, that was before any of the bullets were shot. The selfie picture.
Yeah. Also, did she have like a phone or something? Honestly, I'm just a bit confused about if she's like living with anybody, because isn't she like 17 years old? I mean, this was only 2 weeks after Investigations 1 happened.
How old is she?
She's living with she's living with her mom's like relatives, is what she says in a 1-4 epilogue.
I see. Okay.
And She came to the Gourd Lake to watch the speech because she was involved with the events that led to the speech happening, aka Ace Attorney Investigations 1.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it is kind of cool how this case pretty much is immediately affected by the events of the last game. They have to kind of sum it up a little bit because I guess you could play this game before Investigations 1, but kind of doesn't really feel like a good idea to do that, seeing as they're so connected already. Yeah, go through a lot of investigation here, stuff with like Red Raincoat. I really liked the CG that they had for Little Red Riding Hood. I thought that,
it's very
I thought that was funny.
painterly, very intense.
Oh, and I have to also call this out. I also got very tripped up because I forgot that this is a tutorial case and they have to dumb down stuff so much. That contradiction that you have to do with the laser pointer on his head, I thought it was so obvious that was the problem with the picture, but I didn't know what evidence I needed to present for that, because I was like, why am I even needing to present evidence in the first place?
I don't know why they assume it's a birthmark. It's really stupid that it's even like a thing you have to prove in the
like
first
a
place.
bindi, like a sticker.
I believe the reason they do this is because for some reason this is the first time they decide to introduce you to like looking at like a background or something and pressing X on that to like present evidence to that point, Eureka stuff. But this was not a great time to do it because it was way too obvious. It just complicates things. And
yeah, I
got
mean,
confused.
I have gotten confused at that point before. It's one of the this is like the second time I've said this in investigations. It's a puzzle I have memorized because I think the answer is dumb.
Yeah.
But it's not even difficult. It's just way too easy.
It was so stupidly easy that it confused me and became annoying and hard again. So
yeah, Pixel Partners also got hung up there for probably 2/3 of an episode. They were staring at it for quite a while.
Yeah.
Classic, classic a man with his classic birthmark that we all remember.
Of course.
Sir Dijon Wong.
Yeah. Fortunately, they give you enough health, so it's not like a huge problem. But when I eventually finished the investigation section, I definitely did not refill my health to full. So
by the way, his name is the same in the fan translation, in case you're curious. Because it's a transliteration, I think is what it is, of like Chinese characters. I don't remember the exact way he's named, but they romanized Wong differently. It's Huang.
Huang.
In the fan translation, because I think they were afraid of people making jokes.
Yeah. Dijon Wang.
Yeah, but the professional localizers are unafraid of such a thing, and they will proceed anyway.
Yeah. Oh, before we move on to a more important character, another Winston Payne. He actually has a little bit more of a purpose in this case, where he gets a laser pointer pointed at his back.
And his conversation identifies who the guy was later.
Yeah, I like how you hear that conversation early on and you just fill it in as like two old men talking, and then later it gets recontextualized as that was Payne talking. It's crazy. But yeah, good thing Payne didn't die. That would be a sad day
cried
for Ace Attorney. I don't think they would ever do that.
In my dark twisted Ace Attorney, Payne kills himself for losing too many times.
In the edgy Ace Attorney.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, though, we learned some stuff from the red jacket, and we eventually get Gumshoe to find one of our suspects, I guess we call. And wow, it's none other than John Doe. John Doe himself.
John Doe from Ace Attorney 2. Wow.
John Doe with the really, really obvious stitching across his entire face.
He reminds me of a Dead Man, a little bit, just in a way.
Dead Man, yeah, a little bit. But yes, Shelly the Killer, back again. Kind of crazy to have him here in this first case. I was a little scared at first because I thought we're all like, oh man, they're really going heavy in referencing past characters and stuff a ton. But I thought his purpose in this case was actually okay, and it seems like they're setting him up for stuff to happen later, so that's kind of cool. Maybe not as in your face as the tutorial case of Investigations 1 was, though. So, but otherwise, I mean, he's great in this case. He's got ice cream cone. The ice cream cone.
True.
I
It's
like
so
how
cute.
I like how his face is always the same, but the ice cream does the emoting for him.
It has so
Yeah.
many animations.
It's the same thing that happened in Ace Attorney 2, where he never made any expressions, but his transceiver made them.
Yeah.
And he testified.
His animations are so good, and he's also the person we have any testimony with in this game, which is kind of crazy. You do that with the killer of all people.
Yeah. And then Gumshoe says I hear it lie in this case as a reaction to like the cross-examination argument, whatever you're gonna call it, tutorial, which is just Detective Gumshoe, if you finish leaking my professional strategies to the press. I just like that.
It's so true.
Yeah, and then Gumshoe's like, sorry, sir. Stop telling about just basic argument facts. It's not really that complicated.
Yeah.
And then there's also a pretty great moment in one of the Day Killer testimonies where, like, Edgeworth's like, "Are you really an ice cream salesman? Name one thing about ice. Name the most important thing about ice cream." And
I
then
know nothing
the killer
about
says something. She's like, "Curses! I know nothing about ice cream."
You need to have. I think he says something along the lines of like, you need to have great virtue for the art of ice cream making. Otherwise, you're just gonna make icy cream.
But is he really saying you need great virtue to be an assassin? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. He's great in this case though, and then eventually, I don't exactly remember what the inciting incident is, but we get an introduction to the other, what was it? A bodyguard for the president. His name is Bronco Knight. He's a guy who likes to wield his gun, like, spin it around.
I'm not allowed to have a gun because I would just spin it.
Yeah.
Not was loaded.
That's pretty dangerous, but he does it anyways, and nobody seems to mind too much. So there you go.
They mind when they have when he has his replacement for the pointing sprite just pointing a gun straight at people. They definitely mind that.
Yeah. But Bronco Knight, I mean, what's your thoughts on him?
Animations.
Yeah.
I love his animations so much. They're also good.
I like that his neck brace and hair are like, obviously like a knight piece.
Horse.
Yeah.
It's horse.
Can I give him a haircut to make him look more like a horse? Pretty funny. I like his animation where he almost shoots himself in the head when he's like, he gets jumped on his statement or something.
Yeah. That animation is canon because later during the case, Edgeworth mentions that he's fired multiple bullets during like their talk.
Yeah.
And that's the only animation he has where he actually fires the gun, is him almost shooting himself.
he's just so crazy. I don't know. I don't even know how he got hired as a bodyguard if he's just gonna be doing this with
probably he was doing his revolver ocelot thing. And then Dushan Wong saw him and was like, "Whoa, I love Metal Gear Solid. You're hired.
Yeah.
Holy smoke.
I love you, but not as much as I love this guy with the really shaved head who looks like a rook. So you're only second in command."
And his parents named him Rook, so he had to get his hair that way.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Also, now that we know about this character, I also really liked that CG that they had of the killer, like, with all the bodyguards around him.
He's giving him his neck brace so he'll look more like a knight chess piece. How generous.
Yeah. Bronco Knight came this close to dying to the killer, but barely managed to escape due to the nice actions of Bastian Rook. Aw, that's so kind of him. I'm sure that Knight will reward him handsomely, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, the killer takes Knight hostage, and then we end up in the plane, and that's kind of the end of part 1 in this case. But already, I mean, this is a pretty involved tutorial case. Probably the most involved so far.
Yeah, see, I told you it would be conflict. There'd be stuff.
There's like an entire presidential assassination, and Shelly the Killer shows up, and we end the part with like a hostage kind of situation thing. It's crazy.
Crazy.
We also get Gumshoe out of there, so he's no longer the helper person. Kay is now. They have a reason. I guess
Because Gumshoe is getting the cops to go catch Shelly the Killer because he's Shelly the Killer.
I'm not exactly sure why Shelly the Killer was okay with Kay coming in there, but sure, why not?
And she's just a random child. Shelly, he was fine with Phoenix keeping Pearl around for all of Ace 32.
It feels like a lot of the time they kind of just don't acknowledge the fact that there's just a random girl walking around with these prosecutors.
Well, you gotta have your teenage girl as an attorney. It's just like the law.
Yeah, I guess they have a law in Japanifornia.
Exactly. It's
You're
a
not a
recognized
real
position.
lawyer unless you have a random
Normally,
sidekick.
Gumshoe is Edgeworth's teenage girl, but they keep writing him out of stuff in investigations so they can have Kay existing.
Yeah. Oh well. You can only make so many jokes about Edgeworth leaving Gumshoe high and dry before maybe you need to switch it up a little bit, I guess. Although there was one early on in this case that actually surprised me, where when they were investigating one of the hot dog stands, like for the Red Riding Hood thing, Edgeworth offers to buy Gumshoe a hot dog. I was like, oh, that's so kind of him. He's willing to buy the $3 hot dog.
He is.
That's the most love he's ever shown Gumshoe.
Gumshoe also defeats Edgeworth in a battle of wits there.
Yeah.
The hot dog. Unlike Larry Butts, Gumshoe succeeds in doing it.
Yeah.
Because
I guess around here,
Edgeworth claims that the Sakura dogs are cherry flavored, and then Gumshoe says that Sakura only refers to the blossoms, so they'd have to be flavored like the flowers, and then Edgeworth is defeated.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Now that's making me wonder what a Gumshoe mind chess would look like. It'd probably be like one sentence and that's it, but it'd be kind of cool.
The Gumshoe mind chess would be difficult because Gumshoe has so little mind to chess with.
Yeah, you'd never be able to bide your time. There would never be a chance to jump on him. But yeah, we go into the president's plane and we start doing some investigating. Edgeworth mentioned something along the lines of we need to take as much time as we can so Gumshoe can surround the plane. It doesn't matter at all. Shelly the Killer gets away anyways, so
They didn't have enough time. Gumshoe couldn't expand to his full size and surround the train.
Yeah. They should have like a secret ending to this case where if you just stand around for like an entire hour, they just get the plane surrounded and Shelly the Killer gets captured, and that's the end.
Yeah,
of the
Killer gets to see the way I do my investigations. To look at every single piece of thing that isn't relevant, and then I start looking at the relevant stuff.
Yeah.
And then I show like, hey, the Killer, have you seen my attorney's badge? Hey, Kay, have you seen my attorney's badge? Hey, person just got accused of murder. Have you seen my attorney's badge?
I like all the extra investigating you can do in this case starts to paint a picture of the president before you even meet him in this case. Because there was like a little one earlier in part 2 where if you look at his notes for his speech, they have like speech tip like number 3 or whatever for saying a good speech, and that's like the only little tidbit they have about him. But then when you go into the plan and look around all this stuff, you see all like the different items he has, like in case somebody is coming to kill him or whatever.
Yeah, I like that canary in case somebody's using a poison gas attack on the plane somehow.
Yeah, the canary would die first. It's very funny. He has like
really reminds me
5 different alarms, and Kay is like, oh, for his entire family. No, they're all for him.
And then you get the lore later that he hid in the back, even though he knew the gunshots were it was a fake assassination because the gunshots were so scary.
Yeah, feel a bit bad for him. But he did stage a fake assassination, so
it was his plan too.
Yeah. Well, his plan wasn't for the other gunshot to go off, but Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Rook is dead though. So sad.
R.I.P. He was just doing his job.
This is probably one of the only first tutorial case people I would say actually has a pretty interesting design. I mean, it's like just a joke design because he's supposed to look like a rook, but it's at least better than like the I don't even remember the name of the guy in Investigations 1.
Buddy Faith.
Yeah, Buddy Faith. It's just based off of one of the developers.
Yeah, I can't wait till you see which Ace Attorney character is based off of Shu Takumi. It's so funny. I will tell you when it pops up. It's not in this game though.
Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to tell right away. I haven't seen
It's in a game that he
pictures
worked
of
on,
it.
which is not this game he did not work on. So
Okay, did he work on Great Ace Attorney?
he did.
Okay, so I guess it could also show up in there.
The Ace Attorney games that are remaining in this that he worked on are Apollo Justice and the Great Ace Attorney games, and then
Oh, really?
the one that he also worked on Professor Layton, but I don't think we're doing that one. I don't have it at least.
Maybe we'll see. It'll probably be a very final one. Although I don't know if that's one we want to end on. I don't know.
It'd be kind of funny.
It'd be
Just
kind of
become a
funny.
professor.
We could just do like Apollo. No, that'd be kind of weird. We should probably do all three of those ones in a row. But
I mean, that's where they came out in was Apollo Justice, Layton, Dual Destinies, Spirit of Justice, I believe. But
we get another mind chest with the president though, because he finally decides to come out of the closet. Also,
I'm so proud of him.
yeah. Also, the killer escapes because the power to the plane shut off for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever explained why. It just randomly shut off. So there you go.
Well,
then-
I think the implication is that he shut it off somehow,
Yeah.
and then also he knocks out everyone on the plane.
He's just that good.
He is just that good.
And then we get a nice little visual. I mean, they don't show it, but I see it in my head of him in like a little floaty boat with one paddle rowing away.
Yeah, he stole the president's escape boat, and then he used it to get away.
Yeah. Very cold though, leaving the card there on Edgeworth. Just like say, I could have killed you if I wanted to, but
Yeah, he has to aura farm. He also aura farms, and he's leaving the plane. He's the real.
yeah.
They have the same like color of jacket on too. He's the real Edgeworth.
You mentioned something about. I mean, we never really find out why he was here necessarily.
That's
Like
not really the thing.
he didn't assassinate anyone himself, so who knows?
Well, doesn't he say he was hired to kill the president? He just had a knife instead of a gun.
Maybe he also said he was doing this. He mentioned something along the lines of not really doing every job for money. So, I mean, you know more than me. I'm just trying to remember what happened. in
Yeah,
the
I think
case.
when
Maybe
he's talking
it's
about why he's letting like Edgeworth, he's trying to get Edgeworth on the plane and stuff. And he's talking about like not doing every job for money because he liked Rook because Rook could beat him.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because he is weird. Like he's very moralistic for an assassin.
Yeah. We get a mind chess with the president once again, employing those bide your time rules that they hammered home earlier. I mean, it's fine. I don't know. He kind of just gets really angry, and then, although I think it was, I thought they were going to do something more along the lines of saying that the case happened outside the plane, so it wasn't extraterritorial, but...
Didn't they say that?
They do say that.
Oh. Never mind, I'm stupid.
Were you gonna mention? Were you gonna say anything, Goomb? Come on.
I was trying for you to finish your sentence because you just said but.
Oh yeah, were you done?
I was trying to see what you thought they were talking about.
I don't know. I think my mind... All right.
Basically, they're saying that Rook's dead body is on the plane, but he was. But if the shooter shot outside of the plane, then it wouldn't matter. The crime still happened on American Japanifornian soil.
I see.
So Edgeworth
Yeah.
should still have the right to investigate.
And then we get the evidence back for Knight.
Yeah, there was no tragic bad ending where Edgeworth loses all his evidence and he just has to go like cry in a bar. Which is what I imagine he would do.
Yeah, it was kind of just a fake out for a little bit, having all of the evidence go away from your inventory. Although I thought it was nice that they actually did that, and like if you check it, it's literally only the prosecutor's badge there left.
Imagine if he also took the prosecutor's badge. I'm prosecutor Miles Edgeworth now.
That'd be crazy.
But knights can't get promoted, so that's not how chess works. So he couldn't do that.
Yeah. Oh, that's like the thing for the that's why it didn't work, because knights can't get promoted. If he was a pawn, it would have worked. I see.
If only he was pawn man.
Yeah.
But then he would have had to like transition after he did his murder. So.
Well, he doesn't have to become a queen. He could become a knight, but then he wouldn't be.
Well, you're gonna lose if you don't promote your pawns to queens. They're just the best piece.
That's true. Maybe the moral of the story was trans would have won him the day. I don't know.
The moral of the story is that women are more powerful, but you can only have one. You can have
Yeah.
Or no, it's 19. I don't know how many chess pieces there are. I don't play very much chess. 15?
There's
some amount of
16. There's 16. Because there's 8 spaces and 2 rows.
Women are more powerful, but the gender ratio is 1 to 15.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story.
Although, do we know that the knights are necessarily men? I mean, they're just horses, right?
I don't know. I have to see like the full body chess piece you can look under.
Okay. Let's see. Well, anyways, this has nothing to do with the case.
What?
we talk with the president more on the plane. I think eventually we get to the point that it seems like Knight was the only one that could have done the shooting, because looking back at case picture, we see that the flag was actually oriented towards him when the shot went off. Also, mysteriously, his right hand is behind the attaché case that he had, hiding the gun that he always holds in his right hand. So. And
also he got moved to the side that the shot balloon was because he couldn't turn his head.
Yeah, he was not allowed to turn his head right somehow. I don't know how that works, but sure.
I'm not a doctor, so I mean I don't know. It always seemed I never really questioned it. It's just like probably that could happen. I don't know.
Yeah. And then at this point, this is the point where we have basically a bunch of testimony with Knight, and sort of break him down until we eventually accuse him as the killer. Wow. I thought the twist that they had with the 2 different guns and him switching it out was okay. It confused me a tiny bit, but I didn't have any problems like presenting the right.
Oh, I really like that. I think it's really clever for a first case thing.
But yeah, I mean, in the context of a first case, this one does a whole lot. Like, they really go for it.
You can see why the investigation's 2 cases are long now.
Yeah.
Immediately. It's like, oh, okay, they're doing a lot in one case. And they're setting stuff up for later. They have, you have to watch this guy spin his gun a lot of times, but it's okay, because spinning your gun is hype, so I never mind. Even if seeing it like the 3rd time, or 4th time, how many times I've seen this? I think it's 4. Spinning your gun is cool. You should all spin loaded guns on your finger.
I thought at first when they revealed that the bullet that was shot at Rook in the plane broke that TV monitor, it was like in the plushie or something. But no, he just placed it there. just to kind of
well, he unplugged the monitor and then he hit the monitor and then he put the plushie where the monitor used to be. He's like, no one will question this. I'm an expert crime guy.
I like how they had to bring in Gumshoe to go find it, because earlier they had Gumshoe go search around in the trash for the gun. So they needed to bring in an expert.
That's Gumshoe's job, is to go dig through garbage for Edgeworth.
Yeah.
Detective, I don't want to touch this.
We get 2 breakdown animations in this case. We get the first one with the president where he like expels a bunch of air from his body and then becomes really flabby. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's like that SpongeBob episode.
His animation
got his anchor arms.
His animation reminds me a lot of shoot, why is his name escaping me now? The dad of the guy in the 3rd case of investigations.
Ernest Amano.
Ernest Amano, yeah.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
like all his ears. Except now it's just the guy's like cheeks, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, he became a Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
That's the breed of dog I'm thinking of. Right?
And then of course we have Knight's breakdown where he spins his gun super fast. And
Yeah.
nobody. So for some reason, nobody is concerned that he might, now that he is accused and proven to be the person that did it, is not going to just like, well, I'm taking you all down with me, as he probably could, but.
I mean, you generally don't get like the death sentence for killing like one guy.
Yeah, I guess so.
But attempting to kill the president.
He didn't do that though.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know.
He was just following along with the president's plan on that part.
Yeah.
So. Although I don't exactly know if the president is going to be tried at all. Maybe in his own country. But yeah, that's pretty much the case. I don't know how much more there is to say. It was a pretty interesting opening case of this game. Basically feels like just continuing the story of the first one. Like, honestly, if this wasn't a new game, it could just be a 6 case and Investigations 1, just like a shorter one. Yeah. Kind of just continues on.
Yep.
Any other thoughts about the case before maybe we move on to rankings?
I thought it was a really good introduction case. What's tutorial case? That's the word. I like how they introduced all the new mechanics. Do you guys think that they like played out well as like on the gameplay end? Did you like the?
There were two, like, as I said before, that whole thing with the red laser dot sight on his head was stupid.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I also had a problem with like the trajectory of the bullet to figure out that it was in the left side of the stands. But otherwise, like, all the contradictions and stuff mostly made sense in this case. And Mine's chest is fine so far, although I would like to see it used more interestingly. I can forgive it now just because it's the tutorial.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what they do with it. I would hope a lot that they could do with it.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was a pretty good case. It's cool that.
Cool. I was just gonna say cool 3D models of the chess pieces. They also had a 3D model of the plane at the very beginning. I realized. I don't know how many times they actually had that on the first game, so I guess they're utilizing that more.
Is that a 3D model, or is that just a sprite they're going sicko mode with? I can't really tell.
I'm pretty sure that was a 3D modeled plane at the beginning.
I haven't seen the
I could check back. I could check back at my footage right now. Actually, hold on. Let's see. At least in this re-release. Okay, maybe that's not a 3D model. Yeah, no, never mind. That's a 2D sprite. Just with some moving parts on it.
See, I lock in for those Ace Attorney intros. I have to like them before they're gone.
Yeah.
This is the second to last game we're playing with these.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Because they just do anime cutscenes in all the 3DS Ace Attorneys.
Oh, okay. That's going to be interesting. What about you, Goomb? Any final thoughts before we get into rankings?
Chess! Horses!
I see.
I do. I don't know. I know. I guess I don't know how much about chess you know, but it's funny how much of Knight's dialogue is just reference to chess. Like, I think one of the first things he says is like, it's too early for the end game yet, or something like that. Yeah, which is just that's like the chess terminal. I know end game is like a normal thing, but it comes from chess. Chess.
Yeah. I mean, they have the whole thing at the end where it's like, oh, you were thinking one step ahead, just like in chess, by switching the guns.
Yeah, he loves chess. He loves chess. He loves murder. He hates Ethan, or that's not his name, Bastion Rook. You
always-
almost got me.
it
You
is
almost got me, Fran translation.
it is always very cool when something like significant to the case happens like while you're investigating it, not just like
Yeah.
previously and you have to prove it later.
If you ever play this case again, just think while you're doing that mind chest segment, Knight is just swapping the bullets and the guns.
Yeah, swapping them and also swapping the laser sight on it.
Yeah. Well, actually, he's unloading 2 of the bullets in his gun and then putting the laser sight onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have to swap the bullets. But then his fingers, he fingered all over that gun. And the ballistic markings get mentioned again.
Oh yeah, ballistic markings for sure.
Yeah, 4th time. I knew it would happen more frequently at some point. I knew writing it down in twice for a case of 1 was a good idea.
It had those again, ballistic markings.
They're like a gun's fingerprints.
Yes.
They are like a gun's fingerprints.
It can tell us which gun shot which bullet. As for me, I mean, I already talked a lot about the case, but it's pretty good. It's definitely one of the better tutorial cases so far. I like the music that they had. I listened to like a little bit of the ranged versions, and they're pretty good. I like that Knight has his own objection voice. It's pretty good. It kind of fits.
So did world famous character Jock Portsman from Ace Attorney Investigations 1.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. We need more people saying objection or hold it.
Yeah, they should have voiced every single hold it in the last case of Ace Attorney and Ace Attorney 1 Investigations 1, including the random forensics guy.
It would be nice if everybody had a hold it sound effect. I don't know why they can't give everybody one.
They probably could. I know they definitely could. I don't know
why they have to only give it to like prosecutors, but everybody else is just like the bing like sound effect for the hold it.
Ace Attorney games are made of the budget on we bought every employee a single cheese sandwich and whatever they can make with that is in the game now.
I guess they can't do it because if they did it like that, then you would know who said hold it. So then they couldn't have that moment after where they have like the vine boom sound effect as they scroll through every single character's shocked reaction. So from that perspective, I guess I wouldn't want to lose those moments. So
I mean, I guess they were like always all the time running out of space in the Game Boy Advance back in the day, but like there's no way the voice takes up that much memory.
Yeah, I mean they got 3D models on the DS now. We can rotate this stuff.
And yeah, and then after they're off the Game Boy Advance, memory becomes a non-issue. Like I never talked about it once in the investigations thing.
Yeah.
The only issue now is dev time, which is never infinite. Time is an ever limited resource.
Yeah.
There will never be infinite time.
Last thing I'll say is, honestly, I wouldn't say any particular lines stood out to me in this case, so I'll just say my favorite part was when Edgeworth actually offered to buy a hot dog for Gumshoe.
That was really cute, yeah.
That was my favorite moment. But, yeah. Otherwise,
hot dog.
Yeah.
And then Gumshoe went, hot dog!
Hot dog! I hope the next case starts with Gumshoe eating a hot dog.
Turnabout. I hope the next case is in a hot dog.
Turnabout hot dog. And it's just Gumshoe eating a hot dog. And like, that's yummy. That's it. That's the entire case.
I bet the manga could have a case called Turnabout Hot Dog in it, as someone who hasn't read any of the Ace Attorney mangas.
Maybe. Alright then. Well, let's get down to the rankings. Allie, how about you? Where are you ranking this case?
Oh, I don't have my tier list pulled up. But
right.
I would... It's an A tier. I really like this case.
A tier. Alright, that's pretty high. Any particular spot in that A tier? Above or below anything you think?
Probably low A tier. Probably lower than everything else, I would say.
Gotcha.
Like it's not like a super standout, but definitely the best tutorial case, and like I really appreciate the effort that they're putting in. Like the story is really tracking, and like they're reusing characters, but this game it seems a little bit better. I really like the character design. So all in all, a pretty good case.
Nice. Goomb, what emotion did this case make you feel?
You know, this case makes me feel like I do when I'm spinning a loaded revolver on my fingers and passing it between myself behind my back. I feel so chill. I feel so cool. wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have a really pointless segment where I have to prove that a laser pointer is obviously a laser pointer, but it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a cop, a detective, you're not realizing that that's a laser sight? Like,
Hey,
what are you doing?
the detective was Gumshoe.
Yeah.
He doesn't count.
That is fair. It is Gumshoe.
It's kind of funny how, like, if you play Ace Attorney 1, Gumshoe is, like, fairly intelligent in that game, and then he just, like, becomes significantly dumber.
Yeah.
He has a health condition.
The same thing happened to the judge. But that's just the nature of a series, is that they will play up the slight dimness for comedy until they just become like idiots. It's a fine. I don't mind. I think it's funnier for Gumshoe to be an idiot. And for the judge to be an idiot.
Yeah. Now, for me, I have a tough time placing this. I think it is definitely in the upper half of the cases. Not exactly sure where. I feel like, honestly, for me, it's right around Turnabout Ablaze, the last case of the last game.
Not sure if that's a compliment to this case or an insult to Ablaze.
Yeah. Although I'm not so sure about my ranking anymore because I have Turnabout Samurai at 8 and Turnabout Ablaze at 9. And I kind of think this is better than Turnabout Samurai, but I don't know if I should put it above that.
Oh, I think Turnabout Samurai is better than this case, but
I think I put it below Turnabout Samurai, above Turnabout Ablaze. So let's see. Turnabout Trigger. That is going slightly above the most mid case of all time now on my ranking, which is Turnabout Ablaze at spot 10 out of 20. So
it's a pretty fair assessment of Ablaze, honestly.
Yeah.
It could have been so much better, though.
So
maybe Illustrate Universe.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Right at spot number 9, Turnabout Trigger, starting off Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this case. Before we wrap up here, Goomb, where can people find you?
I'm currently flying to give my presidential speech over at Gourd Lake. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Please do not investigate too closely if a laser is pointed at my head. It is definitely a real assassination attempt.
Definitely just a birthmark that appeared on my head.
Oh yeah, my classic birthmark on my head. Actually, I do have one on my head, but so not that color.
I see.
It's one of the other ones. We'll never know which color it is. Otherwise, it's identifying information. You'll never know. Could be any color.
All right, Allie, where can people find you?
You could find me on the Duckpond Cobblemon server, picking apricorns and trying to collect EVs. You know me.
All right, and you can always find me here on the Zigzum YouTube channel, where we will generally be doing an Ace Attorney Investigations podcast every single week. So tune in for that. Remember, in a testimony, to press the like and subscribe button as you do. All right.
Every single week for approximately 1 month.
Yeah. Unless the case is super long and we need to like have a gap or something. It may happen. It may or may not happen this month. It may or may not happen.
It may happen in May.
After this next case, because I have finals coming up. So yeah.
I mean, that one's long anyway. Legacy.
Yeah.
I have to use the non-fan translation names.
Yes, but with that, we will see you next time on the Ace Attorney Investigations Duckpond Book Club for The Captive Turnabout. Look forward to that.
Take a shot during every one of these when I almost use the fan translation names and catch myself at the last second.
Yeah, we'll see how many times that happens next time. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.